Hey, hey, what do you say? This is Efren Tinoco coming your way, telling you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear over here in my humble abode in the southern edge of North Memphis. Now, I want to wish all the baby daddies a happy Father's Day. Both my younger brothers are daddies. So, anyway, power to y'all. Power to all the daddies that are at home or with their kids or cannot be through the election of others. But anyhow, I would like to, there's so much going on right now. There's a NASCAR race that is going to begin in a couple hours in Mexico City. The comments about why it's in Mexico City are hilarious, as you can imagine, absolutely hilarious. But once again, I'm here to straighten out. I'm here to cut through all the crap that's being generated on our side here in the United States, especially with respect to the relationship and the dynamic between the United States and Mexico. Okay, so anyhow, so yesterday we had the parade, the military parade, um, in D.C., and at the same time we had the military parade. We had the um, we had the various No King Day uh, protests around the country, hundreds and hundreds of them. One of them here in Memphis, in fact, that brought together 4,000 people at a very busy intersection. So props to all you guys for the No King's Day. But anyhow, so yeah, I'm revealing what I think about that day. Um, Most of the participants, of course, are motivated by the severe tactics to deport otherwise, especially law-abiding citizens. I'm sorry, law-abiding residents of the United States. We've had ICE here in Memphis lately, and some of them are there to support Palestine, to support the Palestinian people, and to advocate against going to war with Iran, properly pronounced Iran. But anyway, I want to address one specific point. I want to cut through one aspect of the crap of this fact-free zone, which is Mexican U.S. reporting on Mexican affairs. Um, so last week, Kristi Noem, our Secretary of Homeland Security, comes up with this gem of a lie. I mean, hot garbage, shiny, polished, just cut gem of a lie of an art. When people speak articulately and with conviction about something which is false, it seems to have a little bit of credibility. And this is what she does lie with much credibility because of her polish and her articulateness. But so Kristi Noem was saying that the Doctora Presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum, was encouraging the United States, encouraging Latinos in the United States to riot. Well, first of all, as can be demonstrated by yesterday, as well as last week's protests in Los Angeles, that these are mostly peaceful demonstrations and peaceful rallies, um, not riots. The fact that you had unmasked people that are heretofore unidentified, um, lighting cars on fire that were staged like bricks, and then they were masked, putting up these big Mexican flags for photo ops was suspicious. Let's not get into that. The demonstrations were mostly peaceful last weekend, yesterday's, and so Kristi Noem's declaration with Donald Trump present that Madam President was encouraging people to go out and riot is false. Not only because it wasn't; these don't constitute a riot, and second of all, because they don't. The people who were in the rallies were largely people with status to rally. An undocumented immigrant is doing something way beyond, I would say, in the margins of crazy to be caught participating in one of these demonstrations. So, but you have the sons and the daughters, the parents, aunts, uncles, nephews, nieces, friends, coworkers of people who are affected by these draconian policies out there participating. So, of course, as united as the people are, as united as the community in Los Angeles is, they're going to support each other because they are. They're far more united than the rest of the country is with respect to civil rights. They are more likely to go to stand up for each other. Um, Obviously, a lot of people all over the country are likely to stand up for each other, as has been demonstrated. The other thing, though, is that okay, so a lot of the commentators have picked up on this, are now convinced that Madam President is encouraging people to rise up and wave the Mexican flag, another very detailed accusation, but is also false, to encouraging her citizens to participate in the demonstrations, false, and wave the Mexican flag, false. Okay. That was people freely, citizens of status, freely waving the Mexican flag, mostly because they had um, Mexican heritage and they know people who were affected by these measures. Um, so you got all the people like the Bill O'Reillys and other folks hot about what Madam President is looking to do. Second of all, the basis of this is a translation that the masters of taking things out of context are the Republican political operation. They are the masters of saying, look, he literally said this when taken into context is not what was meant. I'm thinking about the Shirley Sherrod episode where Obama had to felt compelled to dismiss a public servant without cause. because, anyway, look it up. But they are the masters of taking things way out of context. And this was taken out of context. So, in a speech where Dr. Sheinbaum was encouraging people to not put themselves at risk and for people to follow the law if they were to participate and to not resort to violence, specifically to not resort to violence. You need violence to have a riot, by the way. Okay, so she was specifically saying, do not resort to violence. We are opposed to all violence on either side when people exercise their civil and human rights, basically. And in the same speech, it says, we will mobilize in support of our people. So they took that piece, mobilize in support of our people. And she was talking about mobilizing senators, Mexican senators, to visit their counterparts, to lobby the U.S. senators about the taxes put on the remittances, and also she was talking about mobilizing her diplomatic staff, which was visited by high officials, like namely the Department of Defense, one of the generals, I believe, in Northern Command, to cooperate on, I guess, the usual security concerns. A drone dropped by Mexican laser probably made that agenda, but yeah, so lots of mobilization going on of high-ranking public and elected Mexican officials, not of Mexican Mexican citizens or U.S. citizens of Mexican descent, as supposedly encouraged by the president of Mexico. Anyway, so just had to clear that up. Dr. Scheinbaum is not trying to subvert the United States of America by any means, especially not over this issue. So this is your boy, Efren Tinogo, telling you exactly how it is. God bless. Happy Father's Day. Bye-bye.